Hi, my name is Johanna, and I am the creator and founder of Alopecia Angel. Alopecia Angel started because of my own situation with alopecia. I found doctors, conventional wisdom, and alternative possibilities really more like dead end, really more like just band-aids for my alopecia. And it was through the same suffering, through the same situation, through the same heartache, through the same frustration. Really, it was just absolute frustration with doctors in Europe, doctors in the US, doctors in my home state that led me on the path of finding an alternative, finding another way to do this, finding a way to truly heal and help my alopecia. And granted, it was for my own health. It was for my hair. And as you can see, I have amazing hair and I love my hair. And, for many of you, maybe you feel the same way, maybe you don't. I loved it and I hated it during alopecia. I hated it because it changed. It's like it became bipolar in many ways. And in this situation, my curls became unruly. Not only was I shedding, but the bald spots were growing bigger and bigger. They started connecting. My eyebrows started shedding. My eyelashes started shedding. And the worst part is that I was so focused in the back, because that's where it had started, was that up here in the front, I wasn't realizing that my hairline was receding and it was going back and back. It took me over 2.5 years to really figure out that supporting our body and creating and having kind of results with diet and lifestyle was the key to my success. And once I saw that the keys to my success were diet and lifestyle, I tried it on others who had alopecia areata, telogen effluvium, alopecia totalis, alopecia universalis, androgenetic alopecia, female pattern baldness, and the results were also the same. They also saw hair growth. They also saw differences and changes in their bodies, regardless of what age they were, or what gender, what ethnicity, what race, where they came from, what country. They were able to repeat my results. They were able to repeat and have the same results that I did. And granted, hair growth doesn't, happen from going bald to having a full head of hair in one day. It takes time. But if you are consistent, you're able to help support your body. You're able to create those steps so that you are able to get to the finish line and you're able to cross it. Now, for me, it's been more than 4.5 years without alopecia. And I know that diet and lifestyle is the most effective way, the only way for you to heal, the only way for you to put alopecia to sleep. And I've talked about this numerously in my blog. You can go to alopiciaangel.com/blog, and you'll see over 120 articles written there by me. And what led me on this path and on this mission is that I suffered so much. I found myself corralled, cornered in the bathroom on the floor, crying, not understanding what was going on in my body or what I was seeing in the mirror. I didn't recognize myself, not just with the hair loss, but also with the other symptoms that come along and tag along with alopecia: the brain fog, the fatigue, the dry eyes, the dry skin, the nervousness, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the just the insomnia. I mean, you name it, there was all these, it was almost like a crash course of symptoms that all just fell upon me all at once when alopecia started to happen. I had massive digestive issues where I never really had them before. I've always been, quote unquote, very healthy. And funny enough, I got alopecia right as I was moving from Miami to Denver. And in this transition in Miami, I had a personal trainer. I was super duper fit. I was working out 6 days a week. I was eating healthy. I mean, you could see abs on me. So you know that I was super healthy, but yet something was still not right. And, I didn't understand, obviously. And I searched and I seeked out, medical advice, and I went to dermatologists and I went to doctors, and they all gave me, the typical run-of-the-mill situation, whether it was being unhelpful completely, or saying, hey, cortisone shots, or hey, you need to take this pill, or guess what, it's Rogaine for you, or whatever it was, but it wasn't a long-term solution. During this transition, I met my now husband, and I was in my 30s, and fertility was a huge thing on my mind. I wanted to protect my fertility. I wanted to make sure that I was the healthiest possible, not just to be able to conceive, but then also, to have healthy kids. And I didn't want to have some medication, some prescription, or some lotion potion that the doctors gave me in order to, let's say, sacrifice the health of my future children. And because I was already in my 30s, time is of the essence, right? And so because of this, I went the natural and holistic route. And what I realized was that A, this is the only way to heal, and B, this is what gives you long-term results. So today, 4+ years later, I'm no longer scared or uncertain or preoccupied about the future. I no longer dread going into the shower. I no longer dread combing my hair. I no longer feel nervous when I see hair in my brush. I no longer fear alopecia. It's completely put to sleep, completely put to rest. And just like you can come over, a cold or a flu or a sinus infection, you can get over this too. Now, it does take consistency. No medication's really going to help you, but you definitely need to support yourself with diet and lifestyle. And this is what I teach. And this is now my absolute mission. Before I was in corporate, and I had, a corporate job, and I was doing really well. And then of course with transitions, and then with a health crisis, because alopecia to me was absolute health crisis, I needed to focus on my health. I needed to fix this, because if I had hair for over 30 years, why all of a sudden is my hair going away? Why all of a sudden am I going bald? These were the questions that I didn't understand, and I needed to figure out, and I needed to understand more. And so through this journey, through immense amount of research, immense, like if you have 10 to 12 hours a day, that's me. That was me for 2.5 years. 10 to 12 hours a day, soaking in all the information, applying what I was learning, and testing it out all on me. Once I saw results in me, it was just like the lights came on, and all of a sudden I saw Johanna, I saw me, I saw myself for the first time in over 2 years in the mirror, and I was like, I feel more like myself. That was a huge awakening. Hair growth came later, and then it all filled in, and as you can see, like it's full. It's really full and really thick, and it's actually the thickest and fullest it's ever been. And I'm really, really happy with my hair, but I also know how to maintain it. I also know how to maintain my health, because it's an inside job. Alopecia, healing it, is an inside job. It starts first on the inside, and then it kind of, starts on the outside. And your hair, even though you're looking at it and it's going away, you can't put something on it topically and assume it's gonna grow and it's gonna stay. That doesn't work. That's a Band-Aid. It needs to start on the inside. If your body is attacking itself, something's wrong. Something is not in harmony. Something is not in balance. And this is what the Signature program does. And so throughout my own journey, and now applying it to others, women, children, men, of all ages, races, colors, ethnicities, and types of hair, and ages across the world, with different types of alopecia. As I mentioned, alopecia areata, telogen effluvium, alopecia totalis, alopecia universalis, female pattern baldness, they've all seen success and results. And many times you can do it on your own. There are do-it-yourself options, but then I also have a curated option, which is more hand-holding, more support, more questions and answers, more availability of me, because trying to heal alopecia on your own is a big Mount Everest. It's the biggest Mount Everest I've had to overcome personally in my life. And, we all have challenges in life, but the beauty of it is overcoming it. The beauty of it is also sharing it. And I felt deep down that it was necessary to share the wealth of knowledge that I had gained and garnered from my 2.5+ years of, focusing on this, really obsessing over it, because it was my hair. My hair is my identity. My hair is part of me. It's who I am. And, I respect other people who say that their hair is not important or their hair is not a significant factor for them. But for me, my hair is so important to me. And again, this affected my health in more ways than one. Because lo and behold, 25% of people who have one autoimmune disease go on to acquire a second and a third. Lo and behold, if you're taking all these drugs and prescriptions that your doctor is giving you, that suppresses your immune system even further. And at the time of now that we're going through with Corona, that actually makes you more susceptible to Corona. And so I knew that it was very counterintuitive to take immune suppressing drugs when just the opposite. It was extremely logical, and it just didn't make sense to suppress the immune system so that the drug can come in and clean up. No, that doesn't work. We have to boost our own immune system. We have to help our own body thrive. And if that meant changes, if that meant modifications, if that meant, changes in my diet and lifestyle, it's not just diet and it's not just lifestyle, it's a combination, then so be it. And lo and behold, it was really just small tweaks here and there, big tweaks, small tweaks that lead to big impact, small tweaks that could be your blind spot. And in many of my clients, I see that. It's almost like a car. You're driving and then you're wanting to make a right turn or a left turn, and there's a car there and you can't see it. And a lot of times we have blind spots. And I've had clients who are personal trainers, who are nutritionists, who are pharmacists, who are nurse practitioners, and so much more, school teachers, officers, you name it, all different types of occupations. But the ones who are more in health and wellness and health and fitness, those are the ones who come to me, again, with alopecia, but then also okay, what's up? Why am I having this? I'm fit, I'm ripped, I'm buff, I'm this, I'm that, I'm healthy. And then once I look at their intake form, lo and behold, I see a lot of blind spots. And these are the areas in which no one is telling us that we're doing wrong. No one is telling us that we're actually hindering us. And so I think this is the beautiful part and the critical part of going through the program. You start with a coaching session. You keep going for 2 months. It's a 2-month program. Week by week, I take your hand and I hold it all the way through for 8 weeks. By week 4, week 5, week 6, you should be seeing hair growth. And 90% of my clients see hair growth in less than 8 weeks. Now, this is extraordinary because for many of these people, they haven't seen hair growth in more than 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years. They've been bald for 20 years, and in 4 or 5 weeks, they're already seeing hair growth. Now, granted, it's all diet and lifestyle. And guess what? These are habits that we need to improve upon anyways that clearly we're not doing. Clearly no one's teaching us. And so this is my mission. My mission is to help those who want to be helped, who want to regain their health and their hair growth with natural methods, because really, the natural way is the only way. Everything else is a Band-Aid. The PRP, the laser treatments, the red light therapy, the what else? You name it. The minoxidil, the Rogaine, the shampoos, the Monats, the pills, the Zenolans. None of that is going to work long term. Guaranteed. None of it is. You know why? Because it's tricking your body. It's a Band-Aid. It's not a long-term solution. And if you're a parent watching this, I beg you not to give any of those medications to your little one. Your little one probably hasn't even gone through puberty, hasn't even, had their opportunity to have their own children. And this is the other side of health. You know, yes, you want hair growth. Yes, you want the health, but at the same time, at what cost? Are you going to really give your son finasteride, you know, Alopecia, which are medications that have significant side effects? I've come across multiple males who have taken this medication, you know, with their parents' consent or with their doctor's consent, and guess what? It's given them impotence, it's given them erectile dysfunction, and by the time they realize this, they're already trying to have a kid, they're in a relationship, they want to start a family. This is disheartening. And so you don't want to set up your children up for failure. You want to have them grow in an environment and in a manner in which their own body is protecting them, helping them, supporting them, and helping them just be the best they can be. And if you're the adult, this is what you want as well. Why sacrifice, you know, some sort of risk or side effect just for the hair? That doesn't make sense. You know, losing, let's say, liver function or a kidney failure for the hair doesn't make sense. I've read way too many articles of people who've gone through so many leaps and bounds with medication with no results, no hair, and then on top of it, worsened their health, worsened their condition. And so this is also not the best way. So I implore you to do your research. I have free articles and free downloads on my website, alopiciaangel.com. With this, you can see the side effects to many of the prescriptions that are prescribed today. You could also see the side effects to many of the recommendations and treatments that are out there for alopecia. And again, this is why I went the natural and holistic way, because not only did I boost my own health, but my hair came back and my fertility is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But that's another story. Now I want to help you. This is my mission. My mission is to help you because I know exactly what you're going through. I've experienced it firsthand. I've lived it. I've suffered it. And I know how much you're suffering. I know the trauma behind it. I know the despair and the anguish that you're feeling. I know because I've been there. So I invite you to look at alopiciaangel.com, see my story, hear more of it, and see the blog posts that I have. There's over 115 at the moment. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I offer a free consultation. I'm happy to speak to you wherever you are in the world. And let's get going. Don't wait. Your hair and your health are waiting for you. It really is. And this is possible. So why not? Talk to you soon. Take care.